Today I'm comparing the GH5 against the Sony A7S II in low light situations. You might say, well, the A7S II is clearly gonna crush GH5 in low light, why bother even testing it? Well, since I own both cameras and I am indeed very curious just how much better the A7S II is and to what extent can I still use the GH5 in low light condition, because GH5 has become my favorite camera of all time since I purchased it just 3 months ago. Also, I hope this video can also help you with the process of deciding whether or not you wanna upgrade your GH5 to the upcoming A7S III. Anyways, let's just jump into it. I used the Lumix 25mm f1.7 lens on the GH5 and the 24 to 105mm f4G lens on the A7S II because f1.7 from Micro Four Third is roughly equivalent to f3.5 aperture on full frame. So I picked the f4 lens just to give a little bit edge to the GH5 because after all the A7S II has much bigger sensor. On the GH5 I use max auto ISO 3200 while on the A7S II I set auto ISO at maximum of 12,800. I could go higher but that's what I like to use. In very dim lighting condition, if the GH5 exposed to the light source and keep the shadow and dark down, the noise will not show. But in an evenly lit scene, the noise will start to show from the dark area of the image. There's a slightly noticeable difference, but I believe with some post-processing, the GH5 footage is totally usable. When shooting into really dark places, the A7S II obviously taking it like a piece of cake, while the GH5 struggles with the noise, and the pixels start to shift into blue and autofocus starts to lose control. I would say that as long as there's some sort of lighting and if you expose correctly, the GH5 is still very good in low light. The A7S II really shines when you're facing absolutely insane dark scenarios. Here I add a clip shot on GH5, but this time with 6400 ISO, which I think is beyond what GH5 can actually handle. Overall, as I said, if you are careful with your lighting, there's no problem shooting with GH5, but remember that I'm using a f1.7 prime lens on the GH5. I can pretty much use any lens, fast or slow, zoom or prime on the A7S II and get pretty much equally good footage. While with the GH5, you really have to be careful with the lens selection. Micro Four Third lenses are not so fast, especially the zoom lenses. So in the end, the A7S II allows you a whole lot more versatility in terms of lens selection. In the end, I also tested the Bokeh. Both look great and I really can't tell much of a difference. Only thing is that the GH5 autofocus completely fell apart. Now I had to use manual focus here while the A7S II had no problem grabbing focus on any subject. Alright, that's it for this little low light test. Hopefully it has been helpful for you. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more. Bye.